Hello and welcome to another episode of Puttering Outdoors. Today we are actually going to be outdoors, and what we're going to be doing today is putting a net at the back of the pond here so that in the wintertime, of course our kids miss and that's quite a bit, the pucks don't go flying out in the woods. So stick around with us and we'll get that done today. Okay, to build this fence, we bought two 10 by 30 feet fence or netting. And we're going to mount those just on 4x4 posts, anchored down or braced down, just with some angle braces. We will be mounting the post on these cinder blocks, or the blocks made especially for 4x4s. I didn't really want to dig a hole in the ground and put cement just because it's by the pond. I don't want to create a leak, although, I mean, it is just a hole in the ground. So even if we did make a, put in the post in the ground or put a hole, it wouldn't really make a leak, but whatever. We're going to keep it simple just for the first year. Then after that, if we see that it's useful, we'll go ahead and make it better. So we got these those cinder blocks, like I said, and then we have these 4x4 posts. These are, I believe, 12 feet long. Since the net's 10 feet, we won't need the full height, but we're still going to leave it there. And we got 7 of these, so one in the middle, one on each edge, and two in between. Hopefully it'll be good enough. I'm going to use strapping just to secure everything together. I might need to use some better wood. But let me go measure out, see where the center of the pond is, and we'll start laying out these cinder blocks. And we'll see how it goes from there. We might need to level it a little bit, but I think it shouldn't be too much of a problem. I'm going to use this wheelbarrow to carry the cinder blocks over to the pond. I got to go through a pretty narrow trail into the woods here, so I can't use the tractor. And by the way, this is a wheelbarrow that we found at our previous property. We only had an acre lot property, but the previous owners pretty much used it as a dumping ground. Everything they had, all the garbage they had, they just threw it out in the woods. And the woods, there was only like maybe, I don't know, a 20 foot by 20 foot section that was wooded, and the amount of junk that they threw out in that section was crazy. We had to get a dump bin in order to load all of the garbage in there, and it cost us almost $700 to get rid of all that garbage. But this wheelbarrow, the arms were all rotten off, and the wheel was all busted. Anyways, I took off the old wood and I made new handles with the pallet stringers, and this is like super hard wood, heavy wood, and I think it's gonna last for a long time. Had to buy that wheel, but everything else is great. Free barrel, basically. Anyways, let me bring this over to the pond. Try to find the center. I think it's right around here. So I placed down a cinder block, or whatever you want to call those, every 10 feet approximately. Couldn't really go exactly every 10 feet because, I mean, this is not the most even and forgiving ground, so I just put them wherever they were, half decently level. I'm just gonna lay them on top of the ground. It's, for the back of a pond, it's pretty level, to be honest with you. So there you can see there's another one in there. It's hard to see, but it is there. And the last one is way over there, and that one I didn't put it quite at 30 feet just because there's trees in the way and stuff like that, so it's okay if we end that early. Nobody shoots that way anyways because of all the cattails that we have in this area. Okay, I'm just gonna cut these now so I can make some I don't know, steak braces. Set them up at 2 feet, so I figure, you know, a foot, foot and a half in the dirt and another 6 inches sticking out so I can attach it to the brace. Should be good enough. I don't know why I use this shop vac. The dust goes flying all over the place anyways, but whatever. Maybe it catches a little bit. Okay, so now that I have those cut, I'm gonna put some points into them. I'm just gonna, I don't know, I'm just gonna estimate the middle and cut it appropriately, I guess. I mean, these are 2.5, so I guess I could put them at 1.25. I'll just, you know, approximate the angle, like I said. I'm just going to use some of this strapping to pry or to keep the 4x4 up. When they built the garage, again, they had too much strapping. I got about 3 bundles of, I don't know, 10 boards I think left. So I'll use this. It's not the sturdiest, but I think it'll hold enough. Providing we don't get a big ice storm, should do the trick. So let me figure out, I don't know, I guess I want this about 5 feet high. I just got to figure out where I'm going to put the stake in the ground so I can attach this to it. Yeah, that seems about right there. So let me go try to drive one of those stakes in the ground over there. I've already put one screw at the anchor point, and now I'm just going to raise this 4x4. And I'll attach a screw once it's fairly plumb. I bet you any money I'll put this right where this needs to go. Yep. Yep. I need 14 hands here. I should have brought clamps over. I'm gonna need to put a brace that way. They'll hold each other up going that way once I put a cross brace against them, but I need a temporary one right now. There, that'll hold for now. Now let me stand up that one there, and then I can actually attach these two together, maybe. Let me drive a couple more screws in these ones. Okay, we're gonna raise up the second one now. I was a little bit smarter. I pre-drilled or pre-started the screws. I should have a belt clip for my drill. It made things a lot easier. Level enough. I think I'm getting the system going here. Still a little slow going, but it's not bad. It's hard to drill with your wrong hand. Can't put a lot of pressure. Might just be me too. Boy, once I got all these braced, these braces here that are just sitting on the ground right now, will actually tie from post to post, and with the X, it's gonna make them really sturdy. And these back here should give them a lot of stability because they are so far away. Just hope we don't get a big ice storm or something like that. I don't know how it would hold against that, but I guess we'll wait and see. Okay, I've got all the posts stood up and tied together. They're pretty solid. But the cross braces that you see in the middle in between each post here, that's just temporary to hold them level. What I want to do is actually put here, let me see if I can show you properly. I want to put a brace straight across level, and then from there I'm going to go from the middle of that brace and do a triangle to the bottom of each post, to give it like that triangular strength. These back braces, like I said, they're just temporary. I just put them in just to level the post. The posts are not like perfectly straight because it's following the contour of the ice. I want it to be as close to the ice or the water as possible, so that when the pucks do go off, they don't have to stretch too far off the ice in their skates. And that way their skates will stay sharper longer. And yeah, as it's starting to get cloudy and the breeze is picking up, it might start raining soon, but I'm gonna put as many of those cross braces, the level ones first. Yeah, I'm gonna put as much as I can, and then after that I'll put the triangular ones. And I will put these at the front side, just so that we have something to attach the net to, just so it doesn't flap in the wind as well. I'm using decking screws, just not because they're strong, but because they're rust resistant. They're meant to go outside. I know their shear strength's not that great, but like I said, hopefully we don't get an ice storm. Hope I don't fall in the drink. It's pretty close to the water here. You'll see this happen. Let me try to get the rest of these done, and I'll report back later. I'm done adding the cross braces. It doesn't look pretty at all. However, it's functional. It holds. Everyone has an X in it, and it looks pretty good. Well, it doesn't look good, but whatever. It's solid. I mean, if you try to move this, it doesn't move at all. So now the next thing to do, I gotta add a top plate at about 10 feet. I'm gonna probably go 9 9 foot 8 inches, something like that. I measured the net. It's actually 10 feet. You know, sometimes when they say something's 10 feet, it's not really 10 feet, but then it is actually 10 feet high. But I'm gonna go 9.8, I think, just so that it droops a little bit at the bottom. I know when there's snow, it's gonna actually cover that bottom part so pucks won't go underneath, but I still, you know, I would still like it to go a little bit lower. So let me go ahead and do that. I'm lucky the rain has been holding off so far. I've been at this for, I don't know, maybe 3 hours, 4 hours, I'm not sure. But yeah, let's I just have enough strapping, by the way, to do the top part. The last section over there, I had to use a shorter piece in order to do the cross bracing, but that's okay. It's hidden in the woods and it's not bad. So let me go ahead and do the top bracing, or the top plate, to be able to mount the net up there, and I'll report back after. So I put clamps up at the 9 foot 8 inches. My lord, that's high up there. If they shoot pucks over that, I'm telling you, there's something wrong. So I put clamps there just because I'm here alone, so I got nobody to hold that, and besides I only got the one step ladder, so I'll just lay the board on top of the clamps, and I'll put the level on it at the other end, and once it's level I'll screw it in, and hopefully the other end will hold on the clamps until I can move the ladder there and screw that side in. So I'll show you connecting that over. Okay, the battery's almost out in the camera, so I'm going to start recording. I'm going to finish putting up all the top plates. Should be pretty straightforward. And yeah, go from there. Alright, I got the top plates done. Now that's all there is for the structure itself. Next step is to put up the netting, but I'm exhausted. It's been a long day. I got a lot further than I expected, to be honest. But this is it's really solid. I don't think we'll be losing any pucks beyond this point anyways. So I'll turn the camera back on when we install the netting. Okay, it's been a week since I put up this atrocity. It doesn't look good, but it's gonna do what it's supposed to do. It's gonna serve the purpose. So today what we're gonna do is put up the net. We got two 10 by 30 feet nets, like I said in the previous clips, that we're gonna put up here, and that's what we're gonna do today, and that's all we got left to do. We're gonna be holding those up with some tie wraps, some nylon tie wraps, and it should go relatively quick to do this, so let's go ahead and do it. I wonder how many pucks are gonna go underneath instead of hitting net.
Well, I think you'll have a good snowbank.
Yeah, usually there's good snowbanks there to help stop the pucks.
You need one?
I got a couple on me. I'm good for now.
Wait, if you're cutting them, isn't that littering? Because then they fall on the ground. Like when you cut these. Oh.
I picked every single one up. I lost one screw last week when I put this together, and I found it this morning. So not one bit of litter. Okay, so I'm done putting this up. There's a little bit of a gap underneath here. I'm wondering if pucks are going to go underneath. I don't think so, because we're going to have a snowbank here anyways. I think it's going to be good enough. It seems like it's going to be sturdy. I guess only time will tell. It's not the prettiest, like I said before, but it's going to serve its purpose. If something happens that it works really well and then it deteriorates after a couple of years, we'll build a better one, and you know, one that looks a little bit better. But for now, it'll do. You know, this is in our backyard. You can't see this from the road. It's just for our own purposes. So yeah. Well, thanks for watching. We might leave you with some aerial footage to see this monstrosity by. But yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you again.